Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. Exclusive. Trump takes debate prep to campaign trail. Calls it a winning strategy. Trump says Biden will be fine if he does debate prep, but he'll forget it within an hour. Let's read on. It seems to be that if you're on the Biden side, this is Biden's most important debate of his career. If he does poorly, his campaign is over. And blah, 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 blah. In other words, they're going to downplay everything. So that way, if he does average or just below average, he beat expectations. The Trump people, on the other hand, are saying he'll do good. He'll do fine. And if he does poorly, they'll say, see, it's the way the game is played. The Biden people have very low expectations, at least in public. And then when President Biden does better, they say, see, he's not so bad after all. It's just a game. And the rules are pretty much stacked against Trump. It's how I agreed to them, I don't know. I do have to say one thing, though. Only a Democrat strategist could make many of the American people feel sorry for Donald Trump. Honestly, I can't. Let's read on. As we get closer to the CNN presidential debate, both President Biden and former President Donald Trump are now preparing to take the stage. Biden is prepping out at Camp David while Trump hit the campaign trail in Philadelphia. Fox News correspondent Alex McAdams caught up with Trump before he was ready to find out how he was getting on. Well, this is really the best strategy right here. We have all these people out here and they're screaming questions. I look forward to the debate, Trump said. Trump asked the crowd during his rally at Temple University what his approach should be on stage. How should I handle him? Should I be tough and nasty and just say you're the worst president in history, or should I be nice and calm and let him speak, Trump asked. Though no matter his demeanor, Trump told Fox News he is not worried about Biden's debate preparations and feels confident in his own ability. As long as he doesn't lose his temper. As long as he's been toned down maybe some of the nastiness that he has sometimes, even when he's right. This is going to be watched by everybody. Nobody's going to really care what Donald Trump says or does. They're going to be watching Biden very, very closely. If Biden self-destructs, they will get a new candidate. I would say that's a 90% certainty. If Biden holds his own or goes just below average, they might keep him, which theoretically could make Kamala Harris the president of the United States. Now that, folks, is a nightmare. Well, I think if he prepares, he'll be fine, Trump said. The former question on the swing state tour, former president on the swing state tour, recently hitting Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Pennsylvania, a list of states Trump won in 2016 but lost in 2020. According to recent polls, Trump is doing better in those states this time around, gaining support with young and non-white voters who say they're upset with Biden's handling the economy in Gaza. According to a recent Marist college poll, Trump is leading Biden by 2 points in Pennsylvania, a key state. If Trump wins Pennsylvania in the election, it's over. It's over for the Democrats. They have to keep Pennsylvania, the Democrats, to have a chance at all at winning the election. Trump told Fox News he could be anywhere, but he chose to stop in urban areas, including a cheese shop in South Philly. South Philly is one of the epicenters for the Democrats, especially left-leaning Democrats. And he's done this a lot. He went to Brooklyn. Now he's in Philly. We're going to see. We're going to see, because out in the rural areas outside the big cities, Trump is very strong. And it's hard to get over 80% of a county, even if it's rural. So in order to mine votes, I guess you would call it, he has to go into the big cities to convert as many people as he can to his side. You can spend the time in rural areas, but you'll convert very, very small number of people. In the big cities, you have a better shot. Plus, it's just embarrassing of the Democrats, which is fine too. It's not a game plan. It's just there's a lot of love, you know. They want hope. There's no hope with this guy. Biden is the worst president we've seen, ever had. There's no hope. I'm saying the people need hope. I go out, I see the greatest people. So we're in the middle of a pretty rough area, and it's a love fest, said Trump. Some voters waited for hours outside the rally in record heat. Yeah, it's been pretty. I live in upstate New York, not that far from Philly. And it's been brutal. It was a little calmer today, but it's going to be another 90s plus for the rest of the week. Many said they wanted to hear more about the former president's plan to fix the border, crime, and inflation. This is a recent Fox poll. Found 32% of voters say the economy is in excellent or good shape. I don't know who the hell these people are. Even people that have tons of money, they're not making out. They're making out well, but they're not making out as well as they would in a Trump economy. Even it's the food prices for the low-income people. The food prices are killing them. Inflation is a horrible tax on everyone, but it's especially horrible tax on low-income and poor people. It's just horrendous. You know, it's really sad. But we talk to others, the sentiment seems to be negative about the economy. I need to make money to feed my family. I used to pay $200 a week for groceries. Now I pay $450. I'm not even making that anymore. So it's killing me, said one Philadelphia voter. But get these hardcore 5th, 6th generation Democrat voters to switch. That's a tough nut. So far, Trump has not announced his VP pick yet. But he says he does know who he will choose. Well, if you knew that, you'd probably be up for a major raise. He said in the interview to the girl that was interviewing him, if you knew my V pick was going to be, you up for a big raise. We have a lot of viewers who say, who do you like? Who do you like? Trump likes to troll a little bit, and then it's for fun. Like he'll hit one person strongly as the VP pick and then pick somebody else. That's just his nature, his personality. After the debate, both candidates tend to stay in the South. Biden will stop in North Carolina, a state he lost to Trump. Trump will head to a rally in Virginia. Now, my understanding, it's been 20 years since a Republican has won the state of Virginia. Right now, it's 48-48. Dead tie. The former president plans to change that. Republicans can't win Virginia. We're actually 2 points up in Virginia. I believe it's tied. Virginia is not a state that a Republican generally wins and has not won in decades. It's been like 20 years. We're leading in Virginia. We're leading in Minnesota. Minnesota was a little bit more of a surprise. You got to remember in Washington, like that song, The Rich Men North of Richmond. Well, the north of Richmond he's talking about is Washington, D.C. And if I redo this from memory, of the top 10 richest counties in the United States, I believe 6 of them are in the Washington, D.C. suburbs. And they almost vote exclusively, especially the women, vote high percentiles for the Democrat Party. So that's why I'm surprised Virginia is tied. They haven't won Minnesota since 1972. And those of you, I was old enough to remember, unfortunately, but you younger people, that was the Nixon race. Yeah, it's been that long. I think we're going to win a lot of places that people never even thought about because our country is in dire shape, Trump said, and is going badly. According to a recent Fox News survey of registered voters, now that's the thing. At least they said what kind of people they polled. Registered voters isn't nearly as accurate as regular voters, people that vote consistently year after year, people that are registered. And I ran in local elections here in upstate New York. I was an elected official in the early 2000s for 8 years. I was on a local city council. And we'll get lists of registered voters, and a good half haven't voted in 5 years. I wish they would make that a law. They haven't voted in X amount of years. We'll say 7. because you can't go back and get somebody who hasn't filed federal or state taxes. They can't go after you if it's longer than 7 years. There's a statute of limitations. All right, fine. If you have not voted in 7 years, your name is purged from the voting records. Now, if you'll get a notice that it's been purged, and if you want to come in person or have an affidavit notarized that you would like to stay on the rolls, that's fine too. But you can't have all these names where nobody votes. It leaves opportunities for illegal crap it's too tempting. It's just too tempting. It's like leaving your front door unlocked in a high crime area. Will anything happen? Maybe not. But you're not going to take that chance because it's more than likely somebody's going to check your door and see that's unlocked and come in. Same thing. The temptation is too great that somebody hasn't voted in 9 years. And they get a list of that. You can do it alphabetically. You can do it by street address. And you can ask for an absentee. There's too much at stake to have something like this slip between the cracks. And I'll leave it at that because his website won't allow it. Trump and Biden are at dead heat, according to a recent Fox survey. The poll released June 6 shows Biden and Trump with 48% in the head-to-head matchup in the Old Dominion state. Yep. So, the Democrats are trying to bring down the expectations of Biden, so if he does decent, he looks like a hero. See, he's not so bad. He's not losing it. And Trump's people are trying to raise expectations, so that way if he does average or just below, he looks really bad. And that's the way the game is played, my friends. So we're going to see. There's going to be no audience at the debate. When it's not your turn to speak, your microphone will be muted. They have two moderators that just hate Trump's guts and have said so repeatedly over the years. It's on CNN. So I'll say the only positive thing being on CNN is maybe there's some voters in between that haven't decided yet. Some normal old school Democrats that were like the party of John F. Kennedy Democrats maybe will swing over to Trump. I don't know. The Democrats always have something up their sleeve. And I'll leave you with this. The former physician for the White House when President Trump was there as president, I forget his name. Now, this guy's a big deal. He's a physician for the President of the United States. You know, security clearance you'd have to clear for all that? I don't think the average person would be able to do it. But anyway, that physician, that doctor, has called for a blood test for drugs for Biden to see what they're filling him with. They won't do it, of course, just like they won't release the audio of Biden's interviews with the special counsel, her. And that's why Merrick Garland got in trouble with contempt of Congress, because he won't release the audio tape, just the transcript. And how do we know the transcript hasn't been altered? We don't. And you don't get the context in a transcript. You don't get the, you don't get the reality of it. We'll see. They'll never go along with a blood test, but it'll get a lot of ratings, I'm sure, and it'll make CNN a couple of bucks. They were going to go under until Trump ran in 2016. I like to see Trump help him out again. I say that tongue in cheek. So all eyes will be on 9 o'clock on Thursday, the 27th of June. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll just be anticlimactical, and that will be the end of it. Then there's another debate, I believe, in September. If Biden does poorly, that debate will have a new candidate. And we're going to see all the mainstream media say that Joe Biden is the best orator and speaker since John F. Kennedy. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, okay. We'll decide for ourselves, thanks. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's even worth watching? Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.